The hot seat with Terry Thompson. How do we think Terry's going to do? Is Terry going to do? Are we voting yes that Terry can do it? That he's going to come off and be okay? Or is he going to crash and burn on the hot seat? Hey, Terry.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I was just saying, are you going to crash and burn on the hot seat, or are you going to kill it?
I'm gonna rise and shine. Here we go.
You'll rise and shine. So Terry Thompson helps authors and entrepreneurs build and grow their business, sell more books, increase visibility, and plan for success. So Terry, at the end, I'm gonna let you talk about what you do and how to get in contact with you. Right now, I got some hot questions for you.
Oh, here comes the heat.
Here comes the heat. So tell me about a time you had to deal with an upset coworker.
Oh my goodness. Dealing with upset coworkers is really, it really brings out the best, and it really brings out the worst in you sometimes as well too. So the thing is that whenever somebody is upset, a lot of times it's a misunderstanding. And once you kind of resolve that misunderstanding and kind of work your way through that, that's where it comes down to effective communications. And, it's really just talking it through. Hey, this is what I meant to say. Hey, this is what, really happened. And once you can work your way past that, have that professional courtesy in order to do that, you'll get past the problem. And at the end of the day, it's always a misunderstanding.
Okay. Now, communication is so important at work. I mean, extremely important. Tell us a time where you communicated poorly and you wish you could go back and correct the situation. So tell us a time where you communicated poorly.
I do it all the time. Believe it or not, I actually do it all the time. So here's the thing. The thing is that sometimes we often get wrapped around our own heads that whenever we're talking, we're like, man, this is the greatest thing ever. It's magic. What we're putting out is gold. Go do great things. And then to the people that we're talking about, sometimes it just sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher. It's like, wah, 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 like whatever. So I actually do it all the time. And I remember one time that I was trying to tell somebody, I was like, hey, I want you to be over here. I want you to do this. And this is what, this is what I want you to do. And oh my goodness, like they was at the wrong place, wrong time, because I didn't effectively communicate that. And sometimes that can lead to confusion and an embarrassment as well too. So I do it all the time.
You do it all the time.
I do.
So you are you're retired military, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, which means you supervised people before.
Right.
Tell me about a time where you did not use good supervisory skills, and what did you do to correct it?
So the biggest thing about supervision is just that, is supervising, not necessarily doing, not necessarily saying, hey, because here's the thing, if you have to tell somebody everything what to do exactly word for word, you really kind of don't need that person. So the thing is that whenever it comes down to supervision, you really kind of want to step back and let that person shine. Believe it or not, whenever you're supervising somebody and you allow them the freedom to kind of make their own mistakes, or even better yet, allow them to let themselves shine through their knowledge, their skills shine through, you will really be surprised as a supervisor, as a leader. And the thing is that you want to make sure that you don't take all the credit. I see a lot of leaders, a lot of supervisors that will have their people work for them and then take all the credit. Oh yeah, that was me. That was all me. That was 100% on me. No, it wasn't you. It was your people. Let your people shine. Okay, you're in that position to where you're lifting other people up. So I know for me, being a supervisor, it's not a matter of a position. It's not a matter of a title. It's a matter of how can I serve you? How can I help you? What resources do you need? Do you have everything that you need? Providing those things and then stepping back and allowing everybody to do their thing.
Okay. So tell me, can you tell us about a time where you didn't agree with leadership? What did you do? How do you handle that type of situation?
I'm still struggling with that. So the thing is that I'm kind of hard-headed sometimes. And when I disagree with something or I have something that I want to say, it can be a challenge and it can lead to an outright argument. Okay, but I also kind of know, okay, I have to accept responsibility. So I had a particular situation in which I was having to accept responsibility for other people's actions. And although I do agree with that, that is a part of leadership. Okay, taking charge, taking ownership, whether it's right, whether it's wrong. I had a particular issue with this one particular situation where I was having to take ownership over something that really wasn't fully my responsibility.
Right.
And I struggled immensely with that. And I was like, look, dude, I can't take responsibility for all of this. Like, this other person over here needs to understand what they could have done to make the situation better, because at the end of the day, it's teamwork. And here's what happened in that particular situation. What happened in that particular situation is that the team broke down. Mm-hmm. And when the team broke down, that's when the fingers start flying. He did that, she did that, they said that, and nobody did that. And I was like, oh my goodness. At the end of the day, the finger really got ultimately pointed back at me. And I was like, hey, I can accept responsibility for everything that I did.
Right.
Here's what I need you to do. I need you to accept responsibility for the things that you didn't do, because I was asking for this. And it really kind of turned into kind of an argument, so to speak. And ultimately, I was just like, you know what? I accept responsibility. I did that. You're right. Next time I'll make sure that I do better. However, keep in mind that it really kind of said more about the other people than it did about me, because if I accept responsibility and you don't, I know everything I need to know about you.
That's right. That's right. So the dreaded question that people hate the most, and I'm going to ask you because I know you can handle it. The dreaded question is, tell me about your strengths and weaknesses as it relates to your dream job. Now, I know you're living your dream job now. So what are your strengths and weaknesses as it relates to your dream job if you were being interviewed for that position?
My strengths right now, I strongly believe, is my ability to communicate and work well with others. Those are my strengths, and I use that to my ability. Also writing and doing a bunch of other things. But I would say that what makes a really good employee and what makes me strong, so to speak, within any team is my ability to observe, my ability to communicate, my ability to fit in no matter what the situation is. Because here's the thing, and that's a part of my military background. Mm-hmm. So my military background, I had to get in, I had to fit in, and I had to figure things out really quickly, because it really kind of meant life and death in some situations. So I think when it comes down to working with a team, for me, it's communication and my ability to fit in. Mm-hmm. And as far as my weakness, I would say that I still, to this day, believe it or not, I struggle with procrastination. I struggle with it. Mm-hmm. And when things have to get done, it's a matter of prioritizing things. But what I struggle with the most is what's a priority for me might not necessarily be a priority for you. And I think that's a weakness for me, because I tend to procrastinate on, like, okay, what is my bottom line up front? What is my priority? What is the thing that I need to do? And I still struggle with that, because I often think of myself before I think of other things sometimes. And I was like, look, if I'm the one that's got to do this, I'm going to put me first.
Right.
And I still struggle with that.
So you're retired military, and we thank you for your service.
Thank you.
People are coming out the military all the time looking for jobs. What would you suggest for them?
Build your resume and your network. Your resume and your network are the two biggest things that you can do. And here's the thing: when I say build your resume, you really have to make sure that you tie your resume to the position that you're trying to get. A lot of people want to put their resume and say, oh, well, I have this and I have that and I do this and I do that. That's great. That's not what we're looking for.
Right.
So you really kind of do not even put yourself into competition when you just create a resume built off of all of the things that, well, you think you can do or you think you're good at. Okay, well, there may be some things that you're good at and you're just not looking at those things. So when I say build your resume directly towards the job that you're trying to get. And tailor to that. That way they're seeing the language that they're looking for, the skills that they're looking for, the knowledge that they're looking for, everything that they're looking for. And when you can check off those blocks, you position yourself significantly much higher within the pool, if you even get in the pool. Because a lot of times, if I'm looking at 300 resumes as someone that's trying to hire someone, you might not even be one of the ones that I even grab out of the pile. I'm looking at 20, the rest are being thrown away. Toss those.
That's right.
And it happens that way. And then the other thing is network. So here's the reason why I say network. The reason why I say network is because it's often been said that your net worth is your network. Your network is your net worth, so to speak. So when I got my job as a course writer, that was because of me networking. That was me using my knowledge, my skills, people that I knew. And I went in there and I was like, hey, you know, I know so-and-so and I know so-and-so, and let me get introduced to so-and-so. You're always one person away from the next person that you want to gain access to. Your network is very strong. So when you're out there and you're on LinkedIn, you're on social media, whatever the case would be, and I say LinkedIn because that's a professional network.
That's right.
Gain access to that person that you want to gain access to. Maybe that other person is the direct person. Build your network, because here's the thing. When you have a strong network, you can connect with other people. They can also vouch for you. You can say, yeah, I know Belinda. Belinda's absolutely amazing. And sometimes that reference speaks louder than anything else that you could put on a resume. That's just because Belinda said that Terry is a great person, Terry might get hired because Belinda was my strong reference, my network.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you for sharing that, because a lot of people don't realize that. My next question to you is that let's say you're working at a company, or you realize that you're working at a company that, as Coach Susie said, the energy is off. You know, you walk in, it's toxic. What would you do? What would Terry Thompson do? He's working at a company and just the energy's off, people are toxic. What would you do?
Be the energy that you want to see in others. Here's the thing. When I go into work every single day, I make it a habit to go to everybody's office and say, hey, good morning. How you doing? I'll say a joke, say something funny. I got certain things that I will say to certain people. And they, you know, when I kind of peek in their office and I'm like this, I'm like, and I'll make a silly face. And then when the person looks up from their desk, they're like, man, get out of here. You know, and it's that little thing right there that actually makes them smile. Here's the thing. If you can make others smile, you will literally brighten their day, and it brightens your day. It makes you feel good as well, too. So I would say be the energy that you want to see in others. So that way, it basically snowballs from there. And when you do that, it's infectious. Everybody's lifted. Everybody's brightened. And next thing you know, what seems like a bad day turns into a great day. You know what? Here's the thing. I always believe that every day is Monday. Everybody said, oh, I'm working for the weekend. I can't wait till Friday. I was like, man, I can't wait till Monday.
Right.
Every day is Monday. And when you have that mindset that every day is Monday, it's infectious.
That's exactly right. That's like what Gary Vee says. He was like, don't look forward to Friday and Saturday. If you look forward to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're already broken. Every day is Monday. I love that, Terry. Now, you have a teammate, a coworker that's just, no matter what you do, no matter you say good morning, you come in trying to bring energy, and that person is they're just negative. Do you stop talking to them, or do you keep trying?
So there's a couple of ways of looking at that. You know, one, they might be having a bad day. That's one thing. They might also be like deeply working into something, and I don't want to be intrusive. That's another thing. So I think it's a matter of being aware of the situation. Once you have that situational awareness, you'll know whether to either, you know, try to figure out what's going on or walk away. And sometimes it's best to walk away. But here's the thing. A lot of times people like to have what I call a buddy check. And when you do a buddy check on somebody, it's just checking up. Hey, I notice you're a little down. Are you okay? There's nothing wrong in like, okay, asking, are you okay? Are you okay? Hey, is there something wrong? Hey, can we talk? You know, do you need to talk?
Right.
And sometimes people need that, or, you know, once you kind of dig in a little bit, you'll really see if they're getting frustrated or not, or if they really just want you to get out of their office. And I've had that. I've walked into somebody's office and the hand goes up, get out. I'm like, hey, you're the boss. Yes, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? And it's happened even to me, even though I've established, okay, who I am around my work area.
Right.
Sometimes you have to have that situational awareness. Okay, even though me and you, we can laugh and joke and have a great time and this, that, and the other, but if you're having a bad day,
right,
I'll know you're having a bad day.
Right. Okay. So you bring a lot of energy. You bring a lot of energy. when you're at an interview and they say, tell me about yourself, what would you tell them?
The thing is that when you're in an interview, you're talking about an interview, right?
Yes.
Okay, when you're in an interview and someone says, tell me about yourself, don't be afraid to show yourself. A lot of people are really stiff and they're like, my name is Terry. I am the greatest thing since sliced bread. You must hire me. No, be loose, be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself. And the thing is that here's what I always try to do. I always try to share knowledge, experience, skills, fun facts. Okay, all of those things tells the entire picture, or the whole picture, the total picture of who you are. Here's the thing. By the time you get into the interview, people, they already know who you are, what you are. They've read your resume. By the time you get the interview, they already know what they know. Right. They want to see who you are. How do you communicate? How do you position yourself? How do you sit? How do you talk? Do you look at everybody as you're talking to them? I always try to look them straight in the face because I'm talking to that person. However, I don't stay fixated on one person. I rotate the room. I'm looking at that person. I'm looking at that person. I'm looking at that person. And I make sure that I'm calling them out by name. If, and if they have a problem with it, they'll make the correction. No, my name's not Belinda. You can call me Miss Harris.
Right.
And I've had that happen. Okay. And it's a matter of gauging the room. It's not a matter of seeing what you can get away with, but at the end of the day, be yourself, be natural, be loose. And believe me, they will fall in love with you.
Excellent. So Terry Thompson is hiring. What type of employee are you looking for, Terry? Describe, if you were hiring right now, what kind of skills or attitude or energy they have to bring to work with you?
The first and foremost thing that I'm looking for is someone who's honest and truthful. Because once that honesty, once that truth is broken, once that trust is broken, that's it. I want to test that. I want to test that first. So I'm looking for that honesty. I'm looking for that truthfulness. Next, I'm looking for leadership potential. Okay, because as I'm hiring, I want to make sure that you can not only fulfill the job and the position that I'm hiring you for, I want to make sure that you have room to grow. What is your potential? Do you have potential to take my job? Do you have potential to fit in a leadership position somewhere else within the company or the organization or within the team? So I'm looking for leadership potential. I'm looking for, are you a problem solver? One of the greatest things that I love, I believe it was by Elon Musk. He asked the interview question where it was, what is the biggest problem that you solved and how did you solve it?
Right.
That was a great question because you will really learn a lot about people when you ask them what's the biggest problem that they ever solved and how did they solve it? Right. Because the thing is that also shows the creative side within you. So I'm looking for creativity. I'm looking for someone who's a problem solver, someone that is also proactive and has that same energy. I don't really expect you to match my energy, you know what I'm saying? Right. But I don't want you to just be a robot either. Right. And I'm definitely not looking for a yes person. Here's the thing. A lot of people think that they have to be a yes person whenever they go to an organization. Yes, you guys are great. Yes, I love your hair. Yes, you are absolutely amazing. Have a great day. I don't want that. I don't need that. I want you to be able to approach me person to person and disagree if you have to, because there's a time where you are going to have to disagree with me, and I want you to. That's how we get better. That's how we grow. So I'm looking for a lot of different things within the perfect employee. Okay. And I don't expect you to know it all and have it all and be it all, because there are things that are also teachable, coachable, trainable. But as long as you can show me that you are coachable, you are trainable, you have the desire to do those things, you're a potential candidate.
Excellent. Everybody show Terry some love. He did a good job in the hot seat. He made it through. So show him some love, give those hearts out. And Terry, tell them about yourself, what you do, and how to get in contact with you.
So my name is Terry Thompson. My website is terrywadethompson.com. Over there, you will find a little bit more about me. So I'm an author, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a course writer, leadership expert. I have several books that are published. I also have some training, some courses. My bottom line up front planning method is over there. So terrywadethompson.com. You can get connected with all of my social media, my books. I have a couple of free books that's over there as well too. I've got How to Have a Great Day, and I've got Leadership Solved over there. I got my self-made author training program where I'm coaching, teaching, training authors how to sell more books, gain more visibility on social media, and network with great people like myself and Belinda. And that's where you can get connected with me. TerryWadeThompson.com.
Excellent. Thank you, Terry. Before we go, so I have one question. I want you to help me answer this. So I got this question 2 days ago. And the question is that if you don't get paid at work, if you don't get your paycheck on time, what should you do?
If you don't get your paycheck on time at work, what should you do? Keep working. Here's the thing. I understand we all have bills. We all have life. Things get in the way. And I 100% understand that, and I get that. Believe me, I've been in that situation to where, okay, we might not get paid, but you have to keep going. You have to keep working. Here's the thing. You're going to get paid. You're going to get paid because things happen, and I understand that. And I've been in that situation. Keep working. Just keep going. All right. At the end of the day, you're providing a service. You're providing value. And if you don't get paid, remember, it's not about you. It's about maybe the company, maybe the situation, maybe whatever the case may be. But don't quit. Keep working. Because if you quit just because, well, you didn't get paid right now, you need to understand what the situation is, what's going on. Keep working. Don't quit.
Excellent. So I had a question on here that said, is Terry hired or fired? If we're hiring Terry, show some love. We're hiring Terry. You know you're hiring Terry. Show some love. Show him some love. We're hiring Terry. So thank you so much, Terry, for coming on. I appreciate this. And we'll see it. We'll see it at the next video.
Absolutely. Hey, I had an absolute blast today. It was, you know what? All these questions were completely unexpected. I was like, oh my goodness, man. Because I was sitting here thinking, I was like, man, what is she going to ask me? I had absolutely no idea. And that was, whew.
Yeah, you did good.
That was definitely the hot seat.
That was a hot seat, and you didn't melt. So, yes, you did a good job. You are hired. Thank you so much, Terry.
Awesome. Take care.
I'll see you next time.